Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another options and play video
On
update.
CAMP, formerly formed
When we
SC13B.
have like a move like we're seeing right now with a lot of like when you have like an entire sector kind of move with the market, um, you kind of get a lot of similar setups, right? And um, what I look for and kind of like how I like separate like some setups from the others is like what company had good news, good earnings this past quarter, right? And what company had bad earnings and what company is still yet to report. And like that's how I kind of separate the stocks, right? Because to me, the ones I would have the most confidence in for a bounce would be the ones with the best reported earnings so far, right? Because we already know that the news for those names is good, right? The ones that I would have like the least amount of confidence in would be the ones that had bad earnings, right? Because those would be the names that I think that might have like the least power behind a bounce because the stocks maybe don't have as much interest from traders, right? Like, yeah, they might be oversold, but if you have so many similar setups, why wouldn't people focus on the names that had the good earnings versus the names that had the bad earnings, right? And then, so here, use an example, right? ServiceNow had a really solid quarter a few weeks ago, popped and then immediately rolled over with the sector, right? It's starting to look like it's starting to put together a reversal setup, right? Starting to like tick nicely through the top of downtrend resistance, and it looks like it might be ready to go. So this one had a beat and raise. This could be something to like focus on, right? Versus say like a Salesforce, which also seems to be working on a reversal setup as it ticks above like downtrend resistance. The problem is with Salesforce is that they haven't reported yet, right? So whereas NOW, you already know the good the news is good, right? And the earnings catalyst has already played out. With Salesforce, you don't have that. You have options that are priced a little bit higher due to like the earnings release coming up, and there's that element of uncertainty, right? So it might not have as much power behind a bounce because people might be a little bit more cautious ahead of earnings, right? So two similar setups, right? Two big enterprise software stocks, but they're not created equal. NOW had earnings, we already know they were solid, right? Plus the option pricing is a little bit more moderate because you're not paying for the earnings premium. Salesforce still has earnings, there's uncertainty, and there might be more caution. So if I was looking at these two, right, to me, NOW would seem like a better bounce setup just because you already have the news out there, right, and the option pricing is a little bit better because again you're not paying for the earnings catalyst because NOW is already reported, right? So when you look at like when you have like an entire sector kind of move at the same time, you might kind of like scramble and really struggle to figure out which ones you want to go after. But for me, like I try to like sift through all of these and kind of like separate them to different categories, and like that might help, right? Because when it comes down to it, if there's so many similar setups, you want the one that maybe has the most power behind it. And for me, that's how I would kind of screen them. Okay. So right now, still have plenty of earnings left on the calendar, and there's still a lot of news coming up, even though we're getting into June. So I mean, the next week and a half could be really busy. Just a lot going on. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about swing trading with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night. Stay well, and I'll talk to you